Now, back to the take-home messages from all day, and I hope you will agree with most of them. Also, I'm sure that I will forget some. First, I'd like to go back about what we know and what we can do. What we know, we have a clear trend of growing activity of rare disease research. We heard this morning, thanks to the work of Ségolène Aimé with the Orphanet team, that there is 5,000 ongoing research projects, plus 650 clinical trials ongoing in rare diseases. So there is a significant amount of activities going on. And that covers 2,000 different rare diseases. That's the half bottle, the plenty bottle. Now there is the half empty. And the half empty is that there is only about 500 rare diseases for which there is more than 5 research projects ongoing. And even more, there is 1,000 rare diseases for which there is only 1 or 2 research projects ongoing. But worst, the bigger part of the bottle, 3,000 rare diseases, no research activities, at least as far as we can know from the Orphanet listing. Another aspect of the analysis is that it shows us clearly that most of the research is concentrated on few rare diseases. That's good on the one hand, because we do need to make some breakthrough. We need our champions to show that it's possible to do research and to come to therapies for some diseases. Good for the one affected by this disease. But we need to do much more and address progressively more and more of these rare diseases. Try to avoid to leave outside of progress some of these patients. 2 major achievements so far, we can take some positive message, is the gene and mutation identification and the translation into test, clearly as one of the major achievements of the last years, and also that there is about 100 medicines which are approved for a rare disease indication. Either they are orphan drugs or not, but about 100 medicines currently on the market in Europe. We heard also that basic research is, the activities in terms of basic research for a disease is not linked to prevalence. However, when it comes to clinical research, to clinical trials, then we see a threshold around 1 in 10,000. So when you are below 1 in 10,000, it becomes harder. Although we do have plenty of designation of orphan drugs in that area, but maybe we should analyze that more. Maybe this is where we see more failures also. I think a very important point mentioned this morning by Ségolène was the 3 determinants. If that is so, if really the European networking, the existence of a registry, and the role of patients' organization are 3 strong determinants to have more research, or the other way around, there is more research when these 3 elements exist, then I think we need to put that at the center of any policy at the national level for national plans, at the European level, and try to find a way forward. And as I mentioned before in one of my comments, I think the patients' organization need to be involved into registries and to European networking. So here we have something, maybe it's not 3 elements, it's also something that we can combine when it comes to formulating a research policy. The quality of rare disease research is competitive, and we heard that from the Commission and also from our colleagues from ERA. There is competition, but they are doing well. There is excellence in research in rare diseases, and that's a very positive message for all of us, for policymakers, obviously, but for scientists also, and for families and patients' organizations. Now, there is an issue which has been mentioned several times, is the issue of discontinuity of funding, lack of sustainable funding, and overall insufficient funding, which comes back as a regular message. And that's true for research projects, but it's also true more particularly in terms of sustainability of funding when it comes to research infrastructure and tools like the registries. So what can we do? What we heard today is maybe in the context of the Rare Disease Day, it fits particularly well, but it's to say we need to raise more the awareness about rare disease and about research on rare diseases. So probably, yes, we need to not only to say it, but to think more strategically about how to communicate about it. Rare Disease Day is one way to do it, but there is plenty of other ways to do that. We need to develop translational research, and that was mentioned already as priority by the framework program of the European Commission, but also in the developments of the national plans. And it comes also as a top priority in the survey of EURORDIS or in the survey of EURORDIS of patient groups. That translational research should be a priority, which means not forgetting basic research, but supporting concurrently basic research and therapeutic research as the two approaches are supporting each other. Some key priorities have been highlighted in the ERA survey of the scientific community and also in the EURORDIS survey of patient groups. To continue the gene and mutation identification as an area which is creating breakthrough and progress and the translation of that into tests, as mentioned by Ségolène. Also to support this translational research or consortium of translational research or networks, European networks, in order to stimulate that translation from basic to clinical research. Third area, development of new therapeutic tools. And according to different speakers, there was different approaches, so I take it my way, saying that it includes drug development from proof of concept up to phase 1, phase 2, support of phase 1, phase 2 clinical trials, both at national level and European level.